Before we get into the clown show that we saw from referee Clay Martin and his all-star crew of officials in the Kansas City Chiefs' 23-14 win over the Houston Texans that will send the Chiefs to their 7th straight AFC Championship game, a stunning feat in its own right, it should be said that the Chiefs deserved to win this game. As has been the case all season long, Kansas City made the play they needed to when they needed to, and their opponent didn't. It wasn't a pretty win by any means. The Texans had 18 first downs to Kansas City's 14, and the defending champs were outgained, 336 to 212 in yardage, but great teams know how to make the plays when they're needed. So, why was Clay Martin's crew seemingly in the Chiefs' pocket, as so many have accused all referees of being for years? Most of those complaints can be put down to opposing fan dismay after another inevitable loss, but in this game, it was shameful. The Texans were penalized 8 times for 82 yards, and the Chiefs saw just 4 flags for 29 yards. 2 calls were particularly egregious. With 7 o'clock left in the first quarter, the Chiefs had 3rd and 8 at their own 33-yard line. Edge rusher Will Anderson Jr., who had a great game, appeared to sack Mahomes clean, but it was decided that he roughed Mahomes, which is pretty hard to see from any angle. Troy and Joe, I agree based on what you saw, ESPN Rules analyst Russell Yerk said to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman on the broadcast. It looked like he did come up high with the helmet, but it looked like that first contact was to the upper chest area. I didn't see anything there that supported a foul. Replay can come in and pick up a flag for a foul for high contact to the head and neck area quarterback, but if there's any contact at all, they can't pick it up. It looks like there might have been some contact even if not forcible enough to be a foul. There's enough that they can't pick it up. To be so persnickety with what New York can and cannot review is ridiculous. Does the NFL want to get these calls right, or not? Then, with 1:52 left in the third quarter, the Chiefs had 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Mahomes slid late, 2 Texans defenders collided above him, and somehow, linebacker Henry To'oTo'o was flagged for unnecessary roughness. Yeah, I mean, he's a runner, and I could not disagree with that one more, Aikman said. And he barely gets hit. That's the second penalty now that's been called against the Texans. Troy, I agree with you, Yerk said. There's no enforceable contact to the head and neck area. The 2 Houston players hit each other. That should not have been a foul. When it comes to roughing the passer, which is a judgment call, the league's rule book states emphatically that when in doubt about a roughness call or potentially dangerous tactic against the quarterback, the referee should always call roughing the passer.